pull this off like we did. Just undo the bottom one on your water pump. Drains everything. We had this, it's almost like a gluey film on the inside of these triple clamps, which made it really hard for you to take these forks off. But look at this, what is it, the triple clamp nut?
Yep.
It's loose, about to fall off. So what do you think about that? So we're redoing these fork seals. Got the fork seal kit here, because they're leaking quite a bit. You can see all the oil that, you know, it's leaking from the forks. All right, so I kind of had to pound on it. All right, I got this T-handle here. Just pushed it out like that. So you can see the wrist pin there, what it looks like, and there's your clip right there. So, took the wrist pin out. Piston just comes right off, so it doesn't get broken. Some towels stuffed around this case, that way dirt don't get in here. Take this bearing out. Alright, so I just took a paper towel and just covered no wear down by the skirting. Really fresh. Or a cylinder. You can see inside of it, very low wear. Alright, so I got swing arm off, all of the plastics and crap, the forks. I have the cylinder off, getting down there. Alright, so I got the triple clamps off the forks, taking this front fender off and probably number plate. We're going to clean these bushings along with a lot of the other axles. Well, that's not an axle, but you get it, this is the axle. In this linkage, you know, we're gonna clean gonna grease everything back up, and then gonna clean these fork tubes inside here because it's like someone glued it. That's why I'm gonna use the parts washer, is to get that glue off of the inside of the triple clamps here. Got these triple clamps. And there went through the brake rotor. That's a caliper. You got the triple clamps. Gonna wash the insides of these, like I said. Grease up these bearings, wash them, grease them up. So I got this off the swing arm, got the bolt out of it. It was really stuck in there. I had to use a punch and hammer it out. Alright, now we got another project that we got to work on. Bent rim. So we're going to have to get a new one. Projects never end. Alright, so you got your rim here, right? Take it off the bike because you feel the bike shaking. This is what happens to your rim after you race that Kalispell. Oh, he's down on the ground. Man. I know, it does fall over on its own just about.
You can tell what I'm talking about.
Oh, man. Again. Alright, so I just cleaned up the frame and everything. Triple clamps. I'm going to go ahead and grease the top and bottom bearings. Alrighty, so this, I don't know if you're going to call it a bike. Whatever it is, it keeps falling off the stand. So, it's going to stay on the ground. Bearings, nice and greased up. I got them all greased up. Now all I'm going to do is throw the lowers on it. Put the bearings and all the other crap. Put the nut on it, tighten it up. There we go. Maybe even put the handlebars on while we're at it. We're making progress now. Got to do every one of these. Like I said, you got to take one from here, like grease it up a little bit. It's a lot of grease, anyways. And then you stick it in there. And you gotta do that for the whole thing. Just like this side. Alright, so yesterday I cleaned the frame, got the triple clamps back on, greased all of them up, and then I took Scotch-Brite pad. I just dumped my pad right in the liquid. Yesterday I buffed this whole case, all of the shiny pieces that I could get to. I'll show you a picture before. Took away a lot of the, I don't know, residue and dots. Cleaned up the shock here, frame, underside of the motor, the back side of the case. Got the triple clamps a little bit. Finger bearings. See right in there. Just went. Place it right in there. Sides here. All the little finger bearings all greased up. Step this guy. Now you're gonna slipper put 2 caps on there and some grease. And just greasing all up the inside on them. Start sticking. All put back. I got the swing arm back on. I got all these tightened up. So then we put a rope on this. That way this thing couldn't fall off the stand again. Just about as far as I can go without having the forks or a top end in it. Change grips, you know, just some minor things on the bike I can do before we get the forks done and get the top end into it.
Oh, hour meter. How do you use it?
Alright, I've got the boys in rad valve installed. Now, I'm gonna put the cylinder bike. Alright, so got the top end on. Now working on the carburetor. Marlon's over there working on the forks. Got the carburetor hoses on, attached. Got the air boot, the subframe on. The rear, you know, the whole, I'd say for the most part, the whole back end is taken care of. Gonna swap out these radiator hoses with the nice fancy new ones. much of me putting this thing back together just because I got a cell phone I'm filming with. I ain't rich like Tanner Hardy and got all these fancy $1,000 cameras, which I didn't even that much nowadays. Anyways, got it back together. Took, I don't know, probably a week and a half to do this whole thing. I had to wait for parts. I was more going slow just so I could, you know, make sure I didn't do any mess ups or anything like that. So I'll show you a couple key things that I'm pretty excited about that I did to it. I got the chain oiled, which is always a good thing. I polished up the crankcase. I got the frame. I polished it up with some Scotch-Brite on the frame. Marlon did these forks. I didn't redo them. He did them for me. Again, Eli's way back. Alrighty, so I got sidetracked again. So I'll show you a couple things I put on here that I'm pretty excited about. I got the hose kit on here from Tusk. Right through there. I got these blue carburetor hoses. See, I got a Boys and Rad valve on it now. I was running stock reeds, so this guy should give me another 1 or 1.5 horsepower. I did order another blue hose kit, drain hose kit. This one, I believe even the gas, you know, tank hose. Another thing I got is this Tusk wireless hour meter. I'd say if I'm gonna do one more thing to this bike, it's gonna be get some custom number plate graphics. As you can see, this one is starting to crack, but more than anything I want more racier looking numbers. As you can see, Marlon has, you know, a custom graphics kit, and I just think that these numbers look a lot more, you know, they look a lot better than these ones do as far as shape and all that. I got the shop all cleaned out again because I was leaving a mess everywhere. I got it blew out, got my mess cleaned up. Actually, what I use to blow out the shop is just a leaf blower, you know, this is the one I use for sidewalks whenever I'm mowing lawns. Works a lot faster than having to use an air hose on this whole thing because it's a lot of concrete. And another thing I've been lazy about and haven't done is replace these old grips. Found some antifreeze. I hear something dripping out. Huh. I don't think that's supposed to do that. What's happening is, I don't know what's happening. For some reason, the overflow is peeing out antifreeze. Alright, so this is not Coke or soda. This is gas. I mixed some still oil. It's around a 32 to 41 mixture. It's a little bit of variation there. I didn't get it precise.
You won't know until you actually are writing it.
See how many kicks it takes. Got the second heat cycle going right now. Alright, so I got the third heat cycle on it. Yeah, I kind of got it muddy. I decided to ride it a little bit. Feels really good. The bike actually has a ton of power.